how's it going, everybody? Welcome. It's the holiday season, and I'm excited to bring you guys 4 weeks of Christmas music, holiday music, whatever you celebrate out there. We're bringing it to you, and today we're starting with a classic, Jingle Bells. I thought this was a perfect kickoff to the month of December. So we're going to go through the chords. We're going to do a nice long play along for each section and the full song. So join me, get tuned up, and let's play some uke and sing some Christmas music together. All right, so let's talk about this strumming pattern. So if you were to see this piece of music, it might just say briskly or quickly or merrily, and that doesn't really tell you what strum to do. So I'm going to adapt a strum that's going to make it feel kind of bouncy. So the strum we'll use is down, down, up. Now I will mention I have a whole video on this strum, but we're just going to briefly go through it here. So the pattern, I'll just hold a C chord, which we all pretty much know. So the way we're going to do that is just with our index finger. We could use index and thumb, but mostly we'll just use our index finger and we'll just go down, down, up. So if you do that slow, it's just down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and down, down, up. So if you play that with a little more pace, it's going to sound like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So just try this with me a little bit. Down, down, up, down, down. Okay, so that is the strumming pattern we'll use throughout the song, so there's no changes. So if you need to spend a little time just working on the strum and really feeling comfortable with it, it's a very good idea to just kind of work on one thing at a time with this. Take it one section, one piece, one chord at a time. That's going to really help you go here. So there are 6 chords in this song. So I will start with the easiest chords and we'll work on to the multiple finger chords. So the C chord is going to be a big part of this song. C chord we just play with our ring finger, and you're going to place that on the 3rd fret on the A string on the bottom. That sounds like this. The next chord we'll learn is A minor. Now for A minor, I'm going to have you play it with your middle finger here, 2nd fret on the G string, the top string. There's our A minor chord. It should sound like that. D7. So in addition to this A minor, you're just going to add your ring finger to the E string on the 2nd fret, as well as having your middle finger still in the A minor position here on the G string. So when you play those two together, you have a D7 chord. And then another 1-finger chord, a nice easy one, the A7 chord. So for this chord, we just play our index finger here on the 1st fret on the C string, and that sounds like this. So pretty easy so far. And then we have a G chord. So there's only 2 3-finger chords in this song, and we use them a lot. So get comfortable with the G and the G7 chord. So the G chord, middle finger, 2nd fret here on the A string, ring finger on the E string on the 3rd fret, and index finger on the C string on the 2nd fret. That should sound like this. You really want to make sure you're up on your fingertips with these 3-finger chords. It's going to help you to get all of these notes to ring out nice and clear. You want them nice and clean. And then finally, our G7 chord, which happens a few times as well. That's the middle finger on the C string, 2nd fret, our index finger on the 1st fret here on the E string, and then on the A string, our ring finger on the 2nd fret. So you play that together. I think I said that correctly. So that's the G7. That takes care of all the chords. So if you need to work on the chords a little bit more, spend some time with them. I'll put some exercises together with these chords, and as I mentioned, I'll leave a link in the description below for a soul strumming video that you can check out that goes through this stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the verses. All right, so I'm gonna try to make this easy for you guys here. So we're gonna break this down into 3 sections. So the first section is just the first half of the verse. So let me play this for you, and then I'll go through each of the chords and give you guys some tips and tricks to get through these chord transitions here. So the first part is dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. All right, so here is the chord progression. So we're going to start off here, and you'll see all this below the video, so if you want to follow along. And also mention there's going to be a full chord sheet for you guys at allforuke.com where you can print this thing out before you even get any further in this video and put it right next to you. It's going to help you out. So here is the section. So we're going to start off on a G chord, and we're going to play 6 times with the strumming pattern. So each time I go down, down, up, that equals 1 time. So you'll see that below reflected. So we start off with a G chord. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strums on the G chord. And then we move to the C chord, where we'll strum that twice. To make that transition easy, just take your ring finger from the E string and move down to the A string, and we'll strum that twice. And then from there, we go to an A minor chord, and we'll play that twice. From the A minor chord, we're just going to add our ring finger here to the E string on the 2nd fret and play D7 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, this is a nice little trick here for you guys. Take your ring finger, slide it over from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret to go back to your G chord to end this section, and you'll play G 2 times. 1, 2. So I know I kind of covered that pretty quick, but we're going to spend a little more time on it. So just playing this together at a really slow tempo, and I'll kind of lead you guys through with the vocals and the number of times to do each of these, so you can kind of get some repetitions of playing this with me. So let's just try this nice and slow. I recommend that you go through these chord sequences before you do this a few times. Just work your way through the chords. You know, follow the chords, try to memorize them. That's all going to make it easier to sing and play it together. So here we go, just nice and slow, kind of lead us through the verse here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go to, laughing all the way. So that is the first half of the verse. And now let's take a look at the second half of the verse. So a lot of the same things that you just did in the first half of the verse happen here. The only difference is the ending. So I'll walk through this again. We're going to start on the G chord again here for section 2. And we will do that 6 times. From there, we move to C again, on to A minor, and D7. Oh wait, no, this is where the change happens. It goes from A minor back to G, and then D7, G, D7. So let me just play you guys this real quick, because I feel like that's a better way to explain it. So this part starts with the bells on bobtails ring. So it's bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh. Sorry for the little Tiny Tim style singing there, but you know, we can sing Christmas songs any way we want. So let's just go through that section now, the chord progression together. And the thing that happens at the end of that section, where I'm going G, D7, G, D7, this is a really good exercise to work on, is just work on switching back and forth between G and D7 by sliding your ring finger from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, just kind of working through those chords. And I just want to mention at the end of this section, you're just going to do a single down strum. That's the only variance in this whole song where you're going to do a single strum, but you're going to do a single strum on G and a single strum on D7 before we go into the chorus. So just note that, and we'll play it here so you can kind of feel that too. So again, we're starting on the G chord. Down, down, up, strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. The bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. All right, don't bore us. Get to the chorus. Here we go. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. So for this section, the chords start off the same. So it's a little longer chord sequence here, but each time you say jingle bells, you're going to say, you're not going to say, you're going to do G 6 times, G7 twice, C twice, and G twice. So the only difference is the last 2 chords of the section. So let me go through that and I'll just give you a demonstration of this really quick and then I'll take you through the whole section. So here we go through the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So, like I said, we start here on the G chord, go to G7, C, and back to G. Now, for the first half of the chorus, you end with A7, and then D7 twice. Then we go back to the same form, G, G7, C, G, and then for the second half of the chorus, we just switch it up a little bit and we go D7 twice, and then end on G. So spend a little time with that. I think it'll be easier if you kind of follow along below on the chords, but just kind of wanted to explain those chords to you. So let's go through and just play through the chorus together nice and slow. So follow along below and just watch those chords. Take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. So, if you need to rewind, go back and play that a few times in a row. Totally cool. Take your time with this. There's a lot of little tricky chord switches in here, but if you spend your time with them, it's going to really help you out. All right, here we go with the full play along of the song. I will also mention there will be a full separate video. If you just want the play along and the play along only, we'll have that for you as well. Without further ado, here's the full thing at a slower tempo so you can practice playing this with me. And if you want to play and sing with me, feel free. I love when people join me to sing, and so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we introduction to bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Chorus, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! All right, so now let's do the same thing with a little bit more pace. If you need to spend more time just doing the slower version, feel free. Get some repetitions with that before you speed up. I always recommend going slow, really getting comfortable and confident before you move on. Okay, here we go, a little bit quicker. Get those singing voices warmed up. I don't know if that'll actually help you. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, 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 bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, that was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys watching today. A couple of notes I want to mention to you guys. This uke I'm playing here is available on Amazon on the website. It's an Acklot bamboo ukulele. If you like the way this sounds, could make a great holiday present, just saying. And I also want to mention, if you guys want the full PDF, go to allforuke.com. It's free. You can print it out, put it next to this song. As I mentioned, there's a strumming series if you want to go through the strum. That will be in the description. The book we are using to learn this song is The Daily Ukulele. This is like my uke Bible. 365 songs. I think they have a second book as well. If you want to check out this book, with Jingle Bells, as well as some other holiday songs and lots of other stuff for multiple decades. Check it out. It's available through my website, allforuke.com, and you can just purchase it right through Amazon from there. It helps out the channel, supporting All For Uke, and you get a pretty sweet little book out of the deal. Last but not least, if you want to subscribe to the channel, click that little subscribe button. If you want to know when the next video is coming out, there's a little alert button below. Tap on that and you'll find out when the next video is coming. And as always, keep commenting with your questions. I take those into consideration as we make new videos. So I love the conversation we're having. Have some fun. Happy holidays, everybody. Play your uke as much as you can. I promise it will bring you more holiday joy. I'll see you next time. My name's Kevin. Thank you so much for learning with me. Jingle bells, jingle all the